What up YouTube, Spikehard here, and you know what? Our obsession with virginity is stupid. So let me clarify what I'm talking about. It seems like in many movies and TV shows there was kind of a push for people to lose their virginity as soon as possible. It was pretty prevalent dating all the way back to the 1970s, but even then I don't think the media was entirely to blame for it. Because there was a time in the 1950s and 1960s when people actually believed this shit. It was mainly in high school. I'm here to say that our whole obsession with losing your virginity is pretty stupid. It's not only stupid, but it's actually pretty fucking sick. Okay. First of all, there's no real way to tell if someone is a virgin. I would suggest one method, but honestly, it would not be worth the effort, and you would probably go to jail for assault and public nudity if you try to do it. It is really not obvious if someone is a virgin or not. Even the ways we try to figure it out are misleading. So apparently, we've decided that if a person is very sociable and has a lot of friends and has a girlfriend on his back, then he lost his virginity. And if a person who is socially awkward and doesn't have a whole lot of friends and has no girlfriend, then he's a virgin. You really think it's that fucking simple? Maybe the guy who doesn't have a whole lot of friends saw a sex worker, or maybe he went to a massage parlor and fucked a girl there, or maybe he fucked his hot stepsister or his slutty cousin. If that is true, then you can't say he's a virgin. So by that logic, he's honestly pretty cool. As for the more sociable guy, maybe all his friends are all guys because women find him too much of a douche to want to be around for a minute. Maybe his girlfriend is a heartless bitch who constantly denies him sex, which happens way more often than people care to admit. Or maybe they're both one of these fun-evangelical nut jobs who are waiting to have sex until they're married. If these are true, then he's pretty much a virgin, and honestly not even really cool. Except maybe if he's in a sexless relationship, although he should probably think about getting out of it. Second of all, does any kind of non-penetrative sex count? Does phone sex count? Does virtual sex count? The only reason I'm asking these questions is because people didn't even bother trying to clarify that. If so, then if virtual sex counts, then I've lost my virginity recently. If not, then, well, that's a pretty fucking fascist way to look at it. It says that penetrative sex is wonderful and the best type of sex you could possibly get, and non-penetrative sex is wrong and evil and should never be done, even though it is less risky and probably more rewarding than penetrative sex is. It seems like people really incentivize others to do the most dangerous types of risky behavior because, I don't know, they have a death wish or something. I mean, alcohol is legal, yet marijuana is not in many parts of the country, even though marijuana is way less dangerous than alcohol. Another stupid aspect is that if you don't have a big cock, you are not that attractive to women, according to society. The average length of a cock is only like 5 inches long, and which really isn't that big. In fact, it seems women are more aroused by the stimulation of the pussy rather than the actual cock. The main issue that I have is that it is really more about the act of having sex itself. It's not even really about finding ways to enjoy the sex, or finding out which kind of sex acts you like, but just plain having sex. But the main reasons why it's stupid are the reasons why losing your virginity is important for both the man and the woman, and what losing your virginity represents. For males, it represents them transitioning from boys to men. If you're a virgin, you are a child, and losing it will turn you into an adult, metaphorically speaking, which is fucking stupid. Look, I'm gonna spare you all the philosophical bullshit about what being a man is actually like, because being a man is actually pretty simple if you think about it. You really want to be a man? Live past 18 and be a decent human being. Simple as that. If you do have sex, cool, but just don't fucking brag about it, especially if it's non-consensual. But at that point, you're not a decent human being. If you didn't have sex, that's fine. Only the most shallow jackasses care about that kind of shit. Trust me, in my experience, most of the adults that I've talked to never asked me if I was a virgin. In fact, nowadays, most of Gen Z doesn't even want to have sex. So it's not like you're really going to be popular if you do anymore. If you think men have it bad with virginity, women have it just as bad, if not worse. For a woman, losing their virginity is less like something that will make them mature and more like something that will happen to them at just the right time. This kind of logic leads men to get away with rape and being deadbeat fathers, which is not a good thing at fucking all. Women are also encouraged to be sexually curious and be free, but never be too lewd to the point of being outright whorish. This kind of logic leads women to act like cock teasers and insult men for having any kind of libido, which is also not a fucking good thing. It seems like our obsession with virginity has made us become very arrogant douchebags and be way too judgmental of people. Yeah, I said this obsession dates back to the 1950s, but honestly, I think it has roots from the Bible. If you really think about it, a lot of our current American views on sex line up very well with the Bible. The Bible despises women who are whores and doesn't seem to have any problem with men raping them. In fact, it blames it on women. My point is, never use the Bible as a moral guide. It glorifies prejudice, cruelty, superstition, and even pedophilia, considering the story of Joseph and Mary. Anyway, I think a much better approach to sex is to, once again, find ways to enjoy the act. We should encourage people to find out what kind of fetishes they're into, whether it's boobs, ass, feet, blondes, brunettes, roleplay, cosplay, BDSM, or others, as long as they're not disgusting or harmful. I'm sure anyone can find something that turns them on. Also, to find out if you enjoy vaginal, anal, or oral sex, as well as handjobs or getting a titty fuck or whatever. You have no obligation to just do vaginal sex all the time, especially if you don't want to. We should also stop pressuring people into doing acts that they're not comfortable with doing. There are plenty of asexual or aromantic people out there, or maybe victims of rape, and we should either respect that they don't want to engage or encourage them to find something that makes them less squeamish about sex. I know that foot fetishes and playing the submissive role in BDSM are great for people who are very squeamish about sex. Also, we should actually tell people the benefits of sex and masturbation. It really does lead to less stress. It is a good mood stabilizer. It helps you sleep better at night. It even helps with your immune system. I know when I masturbate, I do feel a lot less stressed and more confident in myself. But most importantly, it feels good. Finally, for the love of Odin, stop fucking bragging about how much better at sex you are than everyone else. There's nothing douchier than a guy overestimating the value of his sexual prowess. What I'm trying to do is make people smarter about sex and remove the stigma that comes with it. I want to make people more comfortable with these topics. If I can do that, and this video made you more comfortable about yourself and your sexuality, then I've done my goddamn job. Anyway, I'm Spike Robot. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel, and feel free to support me on Patreon and follow me on Instagram. If you support me on Patreon, you get exclusive updates on my next video. And if you follow me on Instagram, you can see all the pictures I took in Venice, Italy, so go check this out if you want. I'll see you next time on the Freedom Jingos.